Hey guys, thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews today. Yeah, the old clock says it's 5 o'clock. Beer 30. Let's go see what's in the fridge today. Hey everybody, thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews today. I know this is going to be a treat. This is Prairie Artisan ales. This is their Christmas bomb, and Brandon sent this to me down in Texas, and he pulled this out of his private stash. I reviewed this beer, guys, back in December of 2014, and this is the same beer. This is a 2014 edition, but he has been cellaring this and was so gracious to send it to me. Now that I know a little bit more about Artisian ales, they do a digitized code on it, but they also got it on the label down here on the bottom. It says 2014. I didn't see that on the last beer when I reviewed it back in 2014, but it does have it on the label stating what the vintage is on it. He's got this electrical tape on there just to help protect it during shipping, and sometimes they're a pain in their grass to get off. I got it off. But Brandon, thanks again, my brother, for sending me another 2014 edition. We're into 2016 and June, so this beer has been aging hopefully very well in the bottle. Like I said, I reviewed this back in December of 2014, so we've got one that has been aged in the bottle that Brandon was so gracious to send me. So we're going to re-review it here in 2016, in June 2016. Let's see if I think it's a little bit better, a little worse, if it aged good or if it didn't. So let's see what it is. Prairie Artisan ales are some pricey beers. They are available in Florida, but they're not available here in Virginia. I don't understand that. Beer distribution sucks. It does here in Virginia a lot of times. So Brandon, thanks so much, my brother. This is 11.5%. This is a winter offering from them, so we're here right in the middle of, not in the middle of summer, but the beginning of summer. But it rained here, and it's about 70-some degrees outside, so it's cool enough. I think we're going to do this, and it's the final beer of the evening for me. So we're going to kick it up a notch and do this 11.5%er. Commercial note said this amazing beer, as we all know and love, the addition of Christmas spices, with the weather starting to cool off and the leaves changing colors. I can't think of a better beer for the season. So we're not doing it in the wintertime. I could just as easily stuff this in the fridge and kept it till it was cool here, but I don't think that's fair to Brandon. He pulled this out of his private stash to send to me to see what I think of the beer. Now that this is a 2014 edition, it's been in the bottle almost a couple of years now. So let's see, I think the last time I gave it a 9 out of 10. Let's see if I agree with what I give on it this time. So this is a re-review of this beer, and this is definitely not a cheap beer. I would think this beer is probably a $15 a bottle, if not more, from these guys. So I don't remember what I paid when I got it from Chris down in Florida the last time, but I don't think it's a cheap beer. Everything that Prairie does is kind of on the pricey side. So they know they make good stuff, and they price it accordingly, guys. I tell you that all the time from these guys. So, over to the food pairing. Cheese is buttery brie Gouda Havarti Swiss, and since it is an imperial stout, it goes well with your chocolate dishes, of course. The meat is beef, smoked meat, game, and grilled meat. Glass for the pint, backer, nonic, tumbler, snifter, oversized wine glass. Yep, you guessed it. My favorite glass, Simon beer glass. and can be cellar for a long, long time. So, and I would love to have just stuck this in the fridge for another 3 to 5 years and reviewed it, but it wouldn't have been fair to Brandon to pull this out of his private stash and to have me cellar it away for a long, long, long time. And it's hard to tell. I mean, I may be dead, and he may be dead. I hope, God, hope I don't want that or to wish that on anybody. But he wants to hear what I have to think about the beer. So we're gonna do it. We're gonna get it on. All right. Nothing else we have to talk about. Let's get on with the beer. This ought to be a very tasty beer. I enjoyed the shit out of this the last time I reviewed it in 2014. I can just imagine how tasty this is now, being in the bottle almost 2 years. Very black coming out of the bottle. We're going to go right down the center here. Alright. Didn't pour hardly any head, just barely covering the top of the beer. Over to the light, there is none, guys, anywhere. It is pitch black. A very nice beer to have when cool weather comes in. Sit by the fire, fireplace, gas logs, whatever. Hold around a kerosene heater, if you will. I mean, whatever it takes to get you warm. Let's get a nose on it. Oh, hoorah, hoorah. Rich roasted malt, cinnamon, Christmas spices are in here, nutmeg. The alcohol doesn't seem to be very noticeable on the nose. 11.5%. This is a big beer. It's a sipper, guys. Don't chug this. Especially as pricey as this beer is. You chugging $15, $20 beers, you got deep pockets. Or stupid, one or the other. Now it smells wonderful. It smells excellent. Caramel topping, maybe some hints of some dark fruit. Wonderful aroma on this beer. Let's give it a taste. What do you think? Yeah, I think so. Cheers. Cheers, Brandon. That is mellowed out very, very nicely. The cinnamon is there. It's up front. Rich roasted malt, cinnamon. Cinnamon is front seat. That is most definitely an excellent beer, guys. For 11.5%, the alcohol now is so well hidden. It's come together. It's combined with everything else in the bottle. Very subdued. This will get you in trouble. This will put you in the hammer lane very quickly, whether you want to be there or not. Wow, that has come together excellent. That is awesome. That is freaking awesome. I've had 8%ers that are more boozy than this. Getting slight hints on the nose, a little bit of alcohol, and the longer I flap my gums and keep smelling it and tasting it, probably the more that's going to come out. So we're going to go outside, sit on the deck, fire up probably a Maduro wrapped cigar to go with this heavy dark beer. But I am getting hints of the alcohol now, just a couple of minutes after I opened it. Oh, it's so tasty, that's delicious. These guys make some great beers. And the darker beers, they are exceptional at. But the more I talk and the more I taste and smell, the more alcohol that I'm getting. So, well, let's take it outside and sip on it, and let the other half take a sip or 2 or 3, maybe just 2. Might have to cut her off on 3. Yeah, it's only a 12-ounce bottle. Give me that back. All right, I'll be right back, guys, and let's see where this one ends up. We're gonna sip on it probably about 30 minutes or so, and let it come up to room temperature and see how boozy it is at the end. I'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm back. Been sitting on about 35-40 minutes or so. Very tasty. Looking at the bottle, they've got the Julian coat on there. It looks like it was put in the bottle on the 322nd day of 2014. So right at the end of the year of 2014. you can do the math. 322nd day is probably the end of October, if I'm guessing correctly. It does have 2014 on the label. Very nice. It aged very well. The booziness is basically, I don't want to say it's non-existent, but it is very, very low for an 11.5%. Now that it's warmed up to room temperature, I get more booziness on the nose than I do the taste. A very well made beer. Awesome beer. A great beer. If you have this in your cellar, you can sell this for a long, long time, guys. Be interesting to do a 2014 and a 2015 side by side. And they haven't done the 2016 yet. I would think it'd probably come out at the end of this year. Even to do a 2014 and a 2016 fresh, just to see the differences in it. So, very well done. Very nice. Thumbs up to the guys there at Prairie. Y'all do some really tasty stuff as far as the darker beers. You do some good stuff on everything, but your beers are a little on the pricey side, and that's the only fuss I've got about that. But it is what it is. I mean, when you have a beer like this, you want to share it with somebody, some good friends, or I mean, and you could pour this beer 11.5%. You could pour 2 or 3, even 4 people enough to taste this beer and get their opinions back on what they think of the beer. So, very well done. It's awesome beer. It's a great beer. You can sell this beer for a long, long time, 20 years if you want to. Brandon, thanks again, my friend, for sending me this beer. I did review this particular beer back in 2014. I do think it's a little better now than it was then. So let's do the final chug on this one. It's a great beer. The only way this beer could be any better is to put it in a bourbon barrel and let it age for a little while in that. That's the only thing I can see to improve this beer. Final chug. Delicious, guys. For what it is, last time I gave it a 9, I'm going to give it to 10 this time. It is an awesome Imperial Stout, especially for a Christmas style with the nutmeg and the cinnamon and everything going on with this. Very tasty. Very, very tasty. This one aged very well. So Brandon, thanks again, my friend. The only thing I could say to make this better is to put it in a bourbon barrel, and they've probably done that. They probably got a version of this that's been put in bourbon barrels. I'm not sure, but that's the only way I could. I can't think of a single thing other than that to change this beer to make it any better. So it's a 10 for me, guys. It's a 100. Very tasty beer. A great beer to cellar if you've got one in your fridge. Break it open in November, December, January. Share it with some friends. It's a great beer. It is a great beer. It ages very well. Alright, over to Beer Advocate. They say 89 in a very good range. I think that number is at least 10 points below what it should be. That beer is a lot better than an 89. No doubt about it. So, and like I tell you guys all the time, a lot of these guys that review the beers and post their ratings on these sites, unless it blows their hair back or their socks off or they get a nut or something on it, they don't post a big response on it. So this is a great beer. It's a pricey beer. I'm sure this is a $15 to $20 bottle of beer. Brandon, you may post in the comments what you paid for this bottle. I don't know if you bought a single or a 4-pack. I'm sure it's a 4-pack. I doubt very seriously they do these in 6-packs with 11.5%. So I'm sure it's a pricey beer. And over to Rate Beer. Rate Beer says 98 overall and 79 in the style. So I'm giving it better numbers than both of these websites are giving it. It's an awesome beer, guys. Put it in a bourbon barrel, guys. That would be the Christmas Bomb bourbon barrel aged version. Yeah, that would be a $25 to $30 bottle of beer probably. All right, if you've had this one from Artesian ales. This is a Prairie Christmas Bomb. This is the 2014 edition. Like I said, this is a review in 2016 of the 2014 edition that has been aged in a bottle close to 2 years. Not quite 2 years, but it aged very well. This is a great beer to cellar if you so choose. So, if you had this one, the 2014 edition, let me know what you think. I thought it was awesome. I would probably buy these beers if it didn't empty my wallet out every time I went to buy these things. So, very tasty. Very, very tasty. Very, very tasty. A great beer to finish up the evening with, and that's what I'm doing. Final beer of the evening. Getting ready to have my dinner. So, if you've had this one, let me know what you think. And come on back tomorrow. Let's see what we can dig out of the fridge. See you then.